What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Lions video. You guys have been killing it with the likes and the support for these draft night scenarios for these potential trade targets for the Detroit Lions. So as promised, we are back with yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about the potential scenario of our Detroit Lions making yet another trade with the New England Patriots, as the New England Patriots look to move up in this hypothetical scenario for their quarterback, and the Lions fall a couple of spots but gain quite a bit of capital. So if you're excited for it, if you want to hear this scenario and you would like to see this draft night trade play out, we will get into it in just a moment. However, before we get into the video and before we get into talking about this potential draft night trade scenario, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, please consider liking the videos and subscribe to the channel. It takes just 2 seconds out of you to do so. It's quick, free, and easy, and you would be helping the channel out more than you could possibly know. And if you're a longtime supporter or somebody that just really loves the channel and wants an extra way to support and wants an extra way to help out, you could always become a member, which would be much appreciated. Link to that is, of course, in the description as always. But with that being the case, and without any further ado, let's get right into this potential draft night scenario where the Lions and the Patriots exchange picks in the draft. Now, the New England Patriots have been a team for the past couple of months, and really since the end of the offseason, or really since the end of the regular season, and really since their season ended, that have been a team who has been rumored to want to trade up. It's been a team that has been rumored that they're going to trade up for a quarterback they like. Bill Belichick is going to go get his next Tom Brady. He's going to go get his next dynasty-esque quarterback that is going to lead the franchise for 15 to 20 years, just like Tom Brady did. Now, this would make a lot of sense with the offseason agenda that Bill Belichick seems to have playing out over the past couple of weeks, over the past couple of months since free agency hit. New England has spent money after money. They spent big bucks on wide receivers and tight ends and weapons and players. Like, they have brought in a lot of talent. Some of it's overpaid for, some of it is good value. Whatever you want to say and however you want to grade New England's offseason is, of course, up for debate. However, what is not up for debate is that Bill Belichick very clearly wants to win now. Bill Belichick very clearly sees something in his team and sees that he can be competitive, his team can be competitive next year, and they can go back to the playoffs and compete for a Super Bowl. Part of that big spending did include re-signing Cam Newton to a one-year deal with, I believe, upwards of $13 to $14 million. However, even with that one-year contract, that does not guarantee the Patriots do not want a quarterback in this draft, and actually could be a little bit of a smokescreen to turn some heads away from the Patriots when it comes to who will be taking a top quarterback in this class. Now, with the New England Patriots, as far as what draft picks they hold in this NFL draft, they hold the 15th pick, the 46th pick 96, 120, 122, 139, 177, 188, 197, as well as the 248th pick. Now, in the 2020 draft, they do have 7 picks. They hold their first, second, third, and fourth round picks. They're missing their 5th round pick for this year. However, they do hold 1 6th and 2 7ths, the second of which came from the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, in a trade from 15 to 7, I do think it would cost the Patriots quite a bit of capital, especially if they're moving up for a quarterback or a player of very high positional value, as you know, especially being a quarterback if the Patriots were to do so. So in this draft, I do think, and in this scenario, I do see the Lions giving up the 7th overall pick in return for the 15th overall pick, a 2022 first round pick, as well as a 2022 third round pick. Now, this is the bare minimum I think the Lions should accept for the 7th overall pick, especially for a team looking to move up 8 spots in the NFL draft. I think 2 firsts and a third is the bare minimum you could get. Some people are going to say, oh, you should get picks in this draft before you get picks in next year's draft. However, I think that's not going to be the most realistic. The Patriots, as I said, are looking to win this year. They're going to look to keep as many 2020 draft picks as possible. So I think it works out better for both teams, right? The Lions still get that 2 firsts and a third, which is the bare minimum they should settle for. And the Patriots keep all 10 of their picks this season. They keep all 10 draft picks that they went into the NFL draft with. they get as many opportunities, as many picks to build up the roster as possible, as many picks to add talent to the roster this year so that they can go out and try to win this year. The Lions, even though some people believe they are going to be competitive this year, a lot of people don't think they're going to be serious competitors for 2 to 3 more seasons. So that gives the Lions even more time to evaluate. It gives the Lions another season for more experienced coaches, more experienced staff to get more picks, leaving the Patriots in a very good situation. They move up, they get their quarterback at 7 in this hypothetical scenario, and the Lions are left in a very good situation as well. So looking at this scenario, right, just going over it kind of base value, we're going to say in this scenario, quarterbacks 1 through 4 go off the board, right? Lawrence at 1, Wilson at 2, Fields at 3, Mac Jones at 4, whatever order you want to put them. Those 4 quarterbacks go off the board first, leaving Trey Lance at the 5th overall quarterback. Or if you want to switch it up, whatever range, whatever order you want to put your quarterbacks in, that is the order that they're going to go. But in this scenario, quarterback is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Bengals and the Miami Dolphins are not going to trade down. The Bengals don't have a lot of interest, so they seemingly don't have a lot of interest to trade away the pick. They are in a very good situation to either get the best wide receiver or the best offensive lineman in the class. And the Miami Dolphins are not going to trade down. To me, I don't see it. They traded back up into the top 10 for a reason. They very clearly have a guy that they want. They very clearly have a guy that they feel will not be available outside the top 10 or maybe even outside the top 6. I don't see them trading down, either leaving the Lions with the 5th quarterback on the board at the 7th overall pick with a hungry New England team looking to move up and get that franchise star of the future. Now, in this trade scenario, we're going to have the Detroit Lions trading the 7th overall pick away for, as I said, the 15th overall pick, a 2022 first round pick, as well as a 2022 third round pick. The New England Patriots move up and they get their quarterback, whether it be Fields or Lance or maybe even Mac Jones if they like him a little bit better, and they keep all 10 of the picks that they walked into the NFL draft with. Now, the Detroit Lions end up falling back to the 15th overall selection, which is prime range, which is good striking range for a guy like Tevin Jenkins, maybe Rashad Bateman, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Azeez Ojulari, or a couple of other names, guy like Christian Barmore, or if you want to reach a little bit, a guy like Zaven Collins if you think he would fit your defense a little bit better. There's a lot of prospects that the Lions could go, and there's a lot of different ways and a lot of avenues the Lions could take if they were to sit at the 15th overall selection. However, I don't think any of them would be bad. At the 15th overall pick, the Lions could realistically address the linebacking core, the defensive line, the wide receiver core, the offensive tackle, or maybe even address the secondary with a big-time safety, a big-time cornerback to really complete the roster. Some people have the Lions going that route as well, although I think the secondary route is a little bit less likely. Now, in this scenario, it doesn't matter who the Lions draft, right? You take your pick. You want Tevin Jenkins at 15, fine. You want Rashad Bateman, that's cool. Jeremiah, Azeez Ojulari, Christian Barmore, whatever the case, whatever route you want to go, that is where the Lions are going to pick with this 15th overall selection. However, the Lions then go through the 2021 season. They're a little bit competitive. They show some flash. However, they're picking, let's say, middle of the round. Let's say they're picking in the mid-teens. That's where I see them. I see them at a 7 to 9 win team. I see them being relatively competitive. That's where the Lions sit. They then walk into the 2022 draft with 3 first-round picks being theirs, the Los Angeles Rams, as well as the New England Patriots. They walk in with a second-round pick that belongs to them. They walk in with, at a minimum, 2 third-round picks being theirs in New England, so plus a Kenny Golladay third-round pick from compensatory picks, maybe a complimentary pick from Marvin Jones or Jamal Agnew or Jared Davis or any of the big-time free agents that got big contracts elsewhere, plus their 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks. They're going to walk into that class with at a minimum of 10 picks without the complimentary picks. So they could realistically walk into the 2022 class with 12 to 13 picks, a lot of them, with 7, 8 picks being within the first 2 days. That could be a big game changer for the Lions organization. And with this trade happening, that gives them more capital for the 2022 draft. That gives them more time to evaluate, gives the roster, gives the front office more time to evaluate this roster on the field, gives them more time to implement, and gives them more time to put in the scheme that they want, gives the coaches more time to learn, gives the front office more time to learn, gives them more time to scout, and gives them more of a regular season, gives them more opportunity to see all of these college players coming out next year. And of course, as I said, gives them so many picks in the 2022 class that I really believe that this trade would work out for both teams and would make both teams happy and set both teams up for long-term success. Now, with that being the case, that is the potential trade scenario that I came up with. Let me know down in the comments, what would you do? Would you take this trade from the New England Patriots if you were the Detroit Lions, if you were Brett Holmes sitting there at 7 with a big-time quarterback on the board? The Patriots offer you a 15th overall pick, a 2022 first, and a 2022 third to move down 8 spots. You have all of this potential capital in the 2022 class. Do you end up taking the pick, or do you maybe select somebody at 7? Let me know what you think about this scenario down in the comments below. I'd be very interested to hear what you guys think about it. But with that being the case, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know, as I said, what you think about this potential drafting scenario. But with that being the case, and with all that being said, that is all I got for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching the video. If there's Lions news or rumors to come out before tomorrow, of course, a video will be made. But until then, that is all I got for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching the video. And until next time, and as always, go Lions.